Driving in the winter is not for the faint of heart, but it definitely helps when the temperatures warm up, and I guess it's not winter anymore. Is that what we're experiencing? Anyway, we are going to take you driving. We're supposed to be driving in the winter, but now it's just driving without lines and maybe no guidelines either. I'm going to get the advice from the experts and so much more on a very fun edition of CKPG Today.
Another beautiful day here in Prince George, British Columbia. It's actually the perfect day to do some driving tips and tricks with you. With PG Driving for Life, you know what's in their name, driving for life. In your life, you should never stop learning tips and tricks to improve your driving habits. So we're gonna do so with Chris today, and well, we'll just see where he's gonna take us. I'm not sure yet, so let's go find him in his car. All right, yeah, time to hop in the driver's seat to learn a little bit more here, Chris. I'm excited because yeah, what we got right now is the definition of changing winter driving conditions.
It's gross.
Yeah, that's a good word for it too.
So
Okay.
before you go anywhere,
Yeah.
I actually saw you do it, which is great. You turned on your low beams, which is fantastic. Easiest thing to do to make yourself more visible in all the weather conditions that we're going to encounter.
What tip do you give people to adjust their mirrors properly when they're getting in someone else's car?
You want to see a little bit of the car in each of your side view mirrors. So some people will say don't see any of the car, but I always want to say to people, you want to see the world in relation to your vehicle. So a sliver of your car in each of your side view mirrors is where you want to be, keeping in mind that your side view mirrors don't mean that you don't have a shoulder check. One thing actually I do say, and this is true for winter driving in particular, fall, spring, winter, is where is your front defrost? Because if you start to fog up, you want to instantly go for your front defrost.
Right here.
You've got it.
Okay, we are good in drive.
All right,
you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, won't kill us today.
Are you gonna, do I just get to give you directions?
You get to give me directions. Yeah, this is like the mystery drive. This is the mystery van. I don't know where we're going. Oh, look at this. We got some holes. What's your tip with potholes, Chris?
Well, when you see a pothole and you stare at it and you say, I don't want to hit that pothole, and then you find yourself driving right through it, that's because you were staring at it.
You were looking at it. Okay.
You're always going to go where you look. So by all means, acknowledge the pothole. What you did there was great, was that you slowed down to go through it, and I saw you looking down at them. Yeah. Ultimately, what you want is to be looking where it is you want to go. So look away from the giant divot in the road. So this road surface is exactly what we were talking about, which is the mixed bag of, you've got a paved road surface, you've got a bunch of ice that's creating puddles and an uneven surface.
A nightmare.
You've got a lot of gravel sitting on the road, which gravel sitting on ice is fantastic. That gives you some traction.
Yep.
Gravel sitting on pavement is like driving on marbles.
Yeah.
Let's make a left turn up this street.
Sounds
and we
good.
should have much of the same, if not worse, than what you just encountered. So by that same token that we were talking about of looking where you want to go, that's equally present here, because you've got this icy surface, but as we were going through there was lots of puddles on the road made by the ice. Same thing here, you're looking to see where it is that you want to end up and looking there.
Yeah, don't be driving and then look back. That's bad.
Well, actually, don't be driving and not be using your not be using your rear view mirror.
Okay.
I push students all the time to be in their mirror much more than they are. You're constantly trying to keep track of who it is that is behind you.
Yeah, oh, this is a sheet of ice, yeah.
Total sheet. I thought you were going to say something else there.
Skating rink?
Skating rink, yeah. Oh, Caden, I get to ask you my favorite question, which is, what's red and has 8 sides?
Stop sign.
What do you do at one of those, Caden fans?
You stop. I just did a California roll.
You sure did, and it certainly doesn't look like California today. So.
No, it doesn't. There's a good thing, like a lot of people, I'm guilty. It was proven on camera today. Good thing we're friends with Jen Cooper. But like these people that have these habits, they probably aren't even aware of.
That's true of everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that they're not the driver.
Right.
It's somebody else who's always the driver.
Yeah, it was their fault.
It was their fault. So my comment to everyone is, even as you get older or even as you gain driving experience, there's always somebody out there that can give you tips and tricks. And that's true of every walk of your life.
Okay.
You know, I know that you skate. It's
Yep.
like, are you the best skater? Have you ever taken skating lessons? Right?
Yeah, well, you can never be the best.
You can never be the best.
Connor McDavid is the best, but
Yeah.
even he takes tips.
That's right. So anything that you're doing, you can always improve on, and there's always somebody out there that can give you even 1 or 2 tips. So what I actually want you to do is to make a left turn at this next traffic light.
Okay.
And I want to do a median turn because it's something that happens in PG all the time and people do poorly.
Yes.
So when you make this left turn, it's actually the opposite of how you make a normal left turn. You're going to go wide on the turn.
Okay.
Yep.
So like this.
Like that.
Okay.
And of course you're going to,
I could have gone,
you
but
could have gone, but that's okay.
I'm trying to prove a point
So
here.
you're waiting here because you can actually see into the lane.
Yeah.
And you can see what's coming.
Okay.
It's very common for people to make these and be on the inside of the median, and that's absolutely the wrong way. You're blocking traffic. If somebody wanted to come out from this street, they could actually come out and wait in the middle.
Right.
So you have the opportunity to go and not interfere with anyone.
Perfect. That's cameraman Zach's. We're gonna cut in front of him.
That's right. So that was a perfect execution
Okay.
of doing that. So you're not trying to block traffic. Now there are people always bring up the one that enters the CN Center.
Yes.
That one is
Different?
not. It's different because the one that enters the CN Center has a turning lane.
Okay.
People use their horn as like a "why did you do that" all the time.
Yeah.
Your horn, you know, if you honk like that, that's usually like your honk is very long.
Yeah.
Um,
So you can talk in horn.
you can talk in horn.
Okay. I like to talk in horn sometimes too.
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
So what we'll do is we'll go through this neighborhood, and I know you wanted to talk about like lane markings or
Yeah.
now the lack of. So in PG, we pretty much have lane markings from like, you know, if we're lucky, June to November.
Yep.
They typically don't get painted until late,
Yeah.
and they wear off as soon
Yeah.
as we have 1 or 2 major snowfalls.
Yeah.
So you'll have a major snowfall, and you're like, you've been driving on this road every day to work. Do you know where the lane is?
Well, you should, but
You should, but you don't.
all of a sudden nobody does.
So two
Yeah.
things are happening here. One is that we have very wide right lanes in Prince George in a lot of our roads.
Okay.
And then the other is that, again, it's the where you look is where you go factor coming in. So we'll make a right turn here,
Okay.
and we'll see what we have in terms of lane markings coming down Massey. And I haven't
Yeah.
even corrected you on your shoulder checks because they don't exist on your right turns.
They don't.
So
Okay.
a comment is actually coming down this stretch.
Yeah.
We're coming up to Massey and Westwood and coming down the hill.
Yeah.
This gets wickedly icy in the wintertime.
Yes.
So black ice in the morning, in the evening, it ices up here quite often.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the trees that are on the right-hand side behind all these homes, this doesn't get a lot of sun and it gets really icy right here. So
Okay.
this is a spot in town that I often warn students about because
Yeah.
it can get really nasty. And then again, we're talking about no lane markings. There are none.
Yeah. There's none.
But again, most of this is all about where you look. I
Yeah.
can't say it enough. Where you look is where you go.
I'm gonna signal. This is a tricky part of Prince George.
This turn is awful. So I warn students here all the time. Either A, this guy that's in the right lane might come along
Yeah,
with you
at the
because they
last
don't
second.
turn at
Yeah.
the last second. Or if you're actually at this intersection and you're going to enter Massey, you best know that the guy in the right lane is actually going to turn right.
Yeah.
Like, you're better off letting them go and being like, okay, you did make that right turn, than you are sitting there and being like, yeah, I think I'll go, because people come through that in the non-turning lane all the time. So we're at 10th and 97.
Yeah.
This is one of my least favorite intersections in the city. But
how come?
Because I watch people run the red light on the highway all the time.
Yeah, I always do triple check here.
Yeah. For whatever reason, 5th and 15th, again, are both bigger intersections.
Yeah.
And so I find that vehicles get a lot of speed in between.
Yeah.
And as such, I watch rigs particularly run that light all the time.
Yeah. Right hand lane here?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. And the good thing here is that you got over before that rig.
Yeah.
So that you're not lane changing right beside it, because he's got his hazards on.
Okay, don't do that.
Yeah, so you got into your lane. You essentially want to be what's called staggered. You want to be in that lane before you're going to deal with any hazard. In that case, the hazard was that vehicle.
Yeah.
So you got in before you would have ended up right beside him, and you made sure that you were safe.
Yeah.
And so you're covering your horn here in all these parked vehicles.
Okay.
If you have someone who's got where you see the vehicle is running,
Yeah.
then that's a place where even more so your thumb's on the horn. And you know, I always stress to people there's horn etiquette. People use their horn as like a why did you do that all the time.
Yeah.
Your horn, you know, if you honk like that, that's usually like your honk is very long.
Yeah.
So
you can talk in horn.
You can talk in horn.
Okay. I like to talk in horn sometimes too. At least a person can hear what I'm saying.
That's correct. So then now you can uncover your horn because your hazards on the right are pretty much gone. You don't have any parked vehicles. There's not really any parking lots on your right. Your hazards have diminished.
We'll go back to the place we started here. To kind of reiterate for people that maybe heard pieces of this or not, I guess defensive driving is something to always remember no matter what time of year it is.
Yes.
Or the weather. And watch for the black ice. And the other thing I was going to ask Chris to wrap this up, is there a way, I've been plotting this question since I arranged this interview, how do you know you're a bad driver? Is there a way to know?
If you're in ICBC and filing claims a lot,
you're a bad driver.
You're probably a bad driver.
Okay.
I mean, if you're thinking about how other people are driving poorly a lot,
Yep.
I mean, I drive all the time. We spend a tremendous amount of time on the road.
Yeah, as do we.
And the comment is always like, how do you keep improving? So my thought is always that I'm always trying to improve.
Yeah.
I think if you're always blaming, maybe you should check and see what do your habits look like. You can always ask too.
Yep.
You know, if your partner or your passengers are always like,
yeah, bad sign. Yeah. Well, am I stressing you out? Is that the easy question?
Yeah, that's an easy
What's
question.
going on? You don't like my driving?
Yeah. So you can always check into your driving. And that's, again, going back to what we talked about. Check into the things that you do.
Yeah.
How can you get better at what you do?
I like it. Well, that's why you're called driving for life, because there's never a time in life you stop learning, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Tired of missing the good stuff? Let CKPG Today come to you. Our new weekly email newsletter delivers local stories, contests, and can't-miss moments from the show straight to your inbox. No digging through social media anymore. It's free, it's easy, and it's very local. Sign up now at ckpgtoday.ca or by scanning the QR code on your screen now.
If you're looking to start off the new year on a healthier note, so you'll want to listen closely to what Howie from Northern Health has to say next year. Thanks for coming in today, Howie. Great to see you as always.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so a dietitian, a good friend that tells us how to eat a little bit better, change our lifestyle, I guess. Or how would you describe it? There's a lot of things that go into being a healthier person.
You're right. There's a lot of different factors, you know, lifestyle, schedule, likes, dislikes. I think any key part of a good lifestyle is, you know, choosing something that is both enjoyable and sustainable, because you want to stick with it for the long run.
It's true. It's true. Okay, 2026. Have you noticed any trends or any advice you're giving to people a lot to start off the new year here?
Oh, that's a really good question. And I think whenever I get a question similar to that, I always feel a little bad because I usually give quite a boring answer, which is, you know, focusing on the essentials, you know, sticking to things you enjoy. Some common themes I speak with a lot of my clients is trying to find ways to, you know, get better hydration, get more fiber, and a little bit more protein into their diet.
I like it. Okay, now I was going to start with this because it's the first meal of the day, breakfast. Okay, so I've been trying to make a conscious effort to eat a better breakfast every day. How important is that? Because I've heard this from lots of people I've read online. I mean, I'm not going to say Dr. Google is always right, but breakfast is it like overrated, or how important is that to living a healthy lifestyle?
You know what? I find that I tend to take a case-by-case approach for that.
Okay.
Where a lot of the times my clients find that they start off on a strong note with a good breakfast. It really helps set the tone for the rest of the day, both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Mentally, they get into a good routine, they are feeling more ready and prepared, and physically, you're nourishing the body with the nutrition it needs to start things off. Now, don't get me wrong, some people just aren't breakfast people,
Yep.
or they're just not morning people, and that's okay. I think the important thing is finding something that works best for you, but usually you can't go wrong with a really good breakfast.
There you go. Words of wisdom from our dietitian friend, Howie. We're going to get to a recipe here. This is all the ingredients for that, so stay tuned for that in a second. But the other thing that I've heard a lot about, especially at the end of 2025, Howie, is fasting. Is that a trend? Do you notice that increasing, decreasing, or is it kind of just a thing some people do? Or I don't know. Well, how would you say on that?
Yeah, so that's another really good question. And I've been practicing for a while, so I've seen things ebb and flow in terms of popularity or excitement. And fasting is something I've definitely come across. I don't think it's necessarily bad. I don't think it's the be-all, end-all.
Yep.
I think, and again, a boring answer, it comes down to the person. I find for folks, when they fast, they find it gives them a sense of structure, something black and white to follow. It's very, cut and dry.
Yeah.
But for some people, when they try to fast, trying to maintain that fast over a long period of time can be difficult. They find their energy levels or blood sugars might fluctuate.
Yep.
And when they're not fasting, they might end up becoming so hungry that they might not follow their usual eating patterns and not feel too great as a result. So again, very case by case.
Case by case, as we like it. Okay, let's talk about the recipe you brought in here today. A little bit of oatmeal, I understand. Is that what this is?
Yeah, so I sometimes get jokes from my clients where they make fun of oatmeal. They call it boring, plain. But I really appreciate the fact that you brought up breakfast earlier, because this helps highlight this oatmeal recipe. And I find oatmeal is so great because you can customize it to the flavors you prefer. I can certainly share a more in-depth recipe later, or if you guys want to put it up on the screen.
Yeah, sounds good.
But for today, I have something called, I lovingly refer to as mango tango.
Okay.
So you can see here I have a variety
mangoes?
variety of different ingredients. So rolled oats, some frozen mangoes, some chia seeds, and then for a little bit of sweetness and for a little bit of protein, I have some honey and some yogurt. And the great thing with oatmeal, on top of being very customizable, is it doesn't take a lot of prep work, especially if I have someone who's not a morning person.
Yeah, this helps. And overnight oats, different version of this, is also good?
Oh, so good, yeah.
Okay.
So do you like it hot? Do you like it cold? You can put this in the microwave, 5 minutes tops, or put it in the fridge the night before, wake up in the morning, grab it, head off to do your thing, and you're set to go.
I like it. Okay, now people have opinions about getting the right amount of fruit in a day. By people, I mean my mom. She always tells me, eat your fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
This is an easy way, I guess, to start that off on the right foot too.
Absolutely. And one thing I really like about this recipe is it gives a lot of good fiber and protein, which can be great for, maintaining strength, energy. It's good for the digestive system. It can be really good for your heart. So you're covering a lot of good bases of just one meal in a day. So I'm a really big believer of keeping it simple, but getting the best bang for buck. And
That's important, especially in this economy, as we all joke.
Yeah, well, that's one thing why I brought frozen mangoes. So sometimes fruits and vegetables, especially fresh ones, while very delicious, can be pretty hard or expensive to get, especially with our weather currently. So I usually actually recommend frozen fruits and vegetables because they have the same nutrition, but they're a little cheaper. You can get it in bulk, and as long as you have a freezer, they last longer as well.
This is true, and that is helpful. Okay, actually, the one thing I wanted to ask as we wrap this up here, is it true, like if you eat healthier, more fruit, more veggies, you might, not get sick, get the common cold? Is that a myth?
I wouldn't say it's a myth. I would say that if you nourish your body and give it the right nutrients it needs, it's going to become stronger, both physically and with your immune system. And if your immune system is stronger, well, you're less likely to get sick. And on top of that, if you do, heaven forbid, get sick, you're more likely to have less severe symptoms, and it probably won't last as long either, which is really nice.
I like it. Always full of wisdom, always full of knowledge. Thank you so much for coming in today, Howie. Always great to chat with you, and we'll include the recipe for this in case you missed anything on here today on our website, ckpgtoday.ca as well. Thanks, Howie.
Thank you so much.
Taking a look outside at today's CKPG snapshot from Julia Petty, who sent us this cool photo here. This is a heart-shaped cookie cutter filled with bubble liquid that froze. Created this spectacle you're seeing on your screen now. It's a beautiful shot. Creative and mission accomplished. This is just so cool. Look at that. Could be on a card for Valentine's Day, Julia. It's a good idea for this one. Thanks so much for sending this one in. If you have a snapshot, folks, you can send it to our email, snapshot@ckpg.com. Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca.
Folks, the Super Bowl is coming up, and of course, the Patriots are back in it. I mean, it seems like they're always in the Super Bowl, at least in my lifetime. Tom Brady, a lot of dominated games that he had on the big stage, which we look back on today in, I guess, kind of local history. I mean, it was printed locally anyway.
Looking back to 2002, Pats shock the world. And look at the picture here of the New England Patriots quarterback, at this time Tom Brady, who was actually named the Super Bowl MVP in 2002 as well, celebrating after a 20-17 win over the favored St. Louis Rams. Of course, now moved to LA, so the LA Rams, but they were the St. Louis Rams. And, well, how it went, of course, a 48-yard field goal. Maybe you remember this as time expired, which, yeah, gave the Patriots that Super Bowl and Tom Brady a big smile on his face, and just part of the Patriots dynasty that went on for many years, of course. And now they're back in the big game.
There you go. Who's going to win the big game this Sunday? Well, I'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned for some more great content from our Today Show team, including the Today Show dog, who's going to predict the game, and some props along the way. We like to do this, so shout out to our favorite corgi, who you're going to see this Friday. Okay, stay tuned for that. We'll see you for more great stuff on the show tomorrow. Before then, though, bye for now, folks.